y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good night, Friday night, late Friday night. I'm really late again with this vlog post for the 22nd. I've been busy today, y'all. It was some good things in the mail today, plus, and y'all already know this, because everybody and their brother was voting for me to go to Hobby Lobby. So guess what I did when I first got up today? I went to Hobby Lobby. Of course I did. It's 30% off week. What's a girl to do but go to freaking Hobby Lobby? Good news is I did find the purple. And the color that I found to match the sweater is called amethyst. And I mean, unless you're like really looking at it, you can't tell the difference. It's so close, so very close. And I got some other yarn at Hobby Lobby, of course. But when I got home, I had packages. I had some Happy Mail. I had a card, and I had another something handmade sent to me that brought me to happy tears. And then I got my hat that I ordered to wear to the concert, and then I got a lovely card. So where to start? Okay, I'm gonna get the Happy Mail going here. This is from Tammy Barker. So I think she's Winkler, Tammy Winkler on the Facebook page. She's from Kansas, and she sent me a lovely card. And I'll read the card to you. Here's what it looks like. Real pretty. God knows your every problem. He hears each prayer. You say His love and grace are closest when He seems most far away. Amanda, you cannot have a burden that His gentle heart won't share, and trouble cannot take you from His warm and loving care. Hope you're having a great day, Tammy. So, not a birthday card, but just a really sweet, thinking of me card. And so I greatly appreciate that, Tammy, very much. Very kind of you to send that to me. And I really thank you for that. Sometimes I don't realize that other people are thinking of me out there, and this just reminds me that they are. So I really appreciate that. And then I got something special all the way from Connecticut, up north from well, she put D on here. I'm just gonna say D, but her name Darlene. Yeah, Darlene. Yeah, D. Well, she put D on here, but she's from Connecticut, and she hand knitted me a poncho, the most glorious poncho, and she also included a little plushie. She included this really cute card, but she included this little bulldog plushie. And he already has a name. His name is Wilfred. So he's one of the little Thai ones, But yes, when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness. Now I want a gray dog. Now, if you are on the Facebook page, you've probably already seen the picture I posted of myself wearing this. And she also included this really cute card with a bulldog, with a tiara, and a fluffy. And then she wrote a personal note in there. But this is so beautiful. And she used latte cake in velvet teal to make this. So it's not only very fuzzy and soft, but it's very light. So it's perfect for down here, because we don't get terribly like a lot of cold days. But this is perfect for just like a t-shirt underneath, and then put this on, and it does fit me very well, actually. And oh my goodness, oh, the fluff. I love fuzzy things, especially when they're soft and squishy like this. But this looks like a garter stitch all the way. And oh my goodness, I'm gonna try to back up so y'all can. I don't think I got anything behind me here, but Look how gorgeous that is. The striping, oh my goodness, you really, with it being knitted, you really get the striping. You know, you get the full effect of, you know, the striping in there. But I cried. I'm glad that it's been many hours since I first laid eyes on it, so that I'm recovered from my happy tears, because I treasure this so much, because it's the first hand knitted item that I've ever had. I mean, I have loom knitted, you know, things, hats and scarves and, you know, things like that, but I've never had anything like this. And it's really precious to me, very, very precious to me. And it means a lot. And I hope that she understands that when she watches this video, that this will be cherished for forever and ever. And depending on what the weather's doing on concert night, it may get wore on concert night. Instead of a jacket, I'll be wearing that. Because it's just that fancy to me. But I did get something in to wear on concert night. You know, I told y'all I ordered me a turquoise fedora. I did order this off of Amazon, and it's a little shiny. It's a little shiny, and but it needed a little something. I bought this a while back because I had already planned on buying this. It was on my wish list, and so I already had planned on buying this, and it wasn't very expensive. But I'm gonna put this around here. I got some super glue. I'm just gonna lightly attach it here. But yeah, I think that will be really cool. And I got some silver hoop earrings I'll be wearing. I don't really wear a whole lot of earrings, but my ears have been pierced since I was like 6 years old, so they're still pierced. I just don't wear earrings very often. And they, you know, no matter how seldom I wear earrings, my ears don't grow up. It's crazy like that. And I did try to get like a second piercing in my ears once, but I never could get it to heal. So I just got the one piercing. But yeah, I think this will be really pretty right across here. And I'm just gonna do a nice little band here and attach it, you know, back here. And yeah, I think that'll give it a nice extra little flair. And I'll show you the progress of this. I'm down to one sleeve. My arm just kind of said, that's it. I was working this evening, and my arm finally said, nope, that's it, we give up. I used the ointment, I used a leave, I did everything I could to get my arm to stop aching and stop being weak, because my arm was just giving out. It was just lots of weakness in it from fatigue, from constantly going. And I finally decided, that's it, I got to go do my video. So anyway, yeah, okay. So see, I got it. This is the neck part right here. Can you tell that I mean, it's the color is so close, but this is the one sleeve I've got. How close is that? That's super close. That amethyst yarn is so close. I mean, it's like one little tiny shade lighter, just very, very subtle. So I mean, unless you're really studying it, unless you're a stickler, you're not gonna care. So, and I did do this at the bottom. I did, of course, if you've been watching the channel, you know that I do this ribbing on the bottom of the panels before I seam them up and everything, which makes it so much easier. Hold on, y'all. Strawberry water. Had to move my card. I don't put drinks on cards. But I put this, I did the front post, back post on the bottom of the panels before. Now, because this is a 1X, I didn't have to do these, the body shaping, the rows on each side of the panels, or the rows at the shoulder. So just had to go 24 rounds on each square, and then, you know, attach them and do the neck and the sleeves. But of course I wanted my extra little, you know, ribbing at the bottom. I thought it would make it a nice touch. This just makes it look nicer to me. And then I went pretty simple with the neck. I just cinched it up with some single crochets, and then I did a half double crochet around it with the amethyst yarn. This, and just to let you know, this is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn color amethyst. So I have it the same color in the cotton yarn, and Johnny was in here, my youngest son Johnny, he was in here, and he picked that cotton yarn up, and he's like, Mama, that's that color. And I said, yeah baby, but that's cotton, I need acrylic. And he's like, oh. And of course I went right in there and found the acrylic version. So yeah, but anyway, like, let's see, if you look at it on this side and you compare them, I mean, it's very slight. You can, if you want it to be a booger, you can notice there's a difference in the shade, but it's so ever so slight that it's not that big a deal. I don't think that she's going to really mind that. I really don't, because it's really slight. So I just have, and then I did this sleeve like this, and then I did the cuff in the cream color that was part of the cake. I had saved, I used like, each square took like 2.5 cakes of the sweet roll. And so I took a fifth, like, what's this? And I had 9 rolls of it, you know, on hand. So I had a whole 3-pack over here that I didn't have to get into. But I had a 6 cake that I just took apart, because I needed part of it to finish a row of one of the squares. And so I just kind of pulled the center out and for a color that I was trying to finish the row in. And so I just balled up the white, the cream that was in there. And so I used the cream from that cake to do the cuff on here, and I have enough of that to do the other side too. So it will be from the original yarn. And yeah, I did the decreases like I did with the other sweaters I've been doing. I did the decreases, and hopefully hopefully this looks okay. Y'all would tell me, right? That looks okay. Yeah, I think it'll go. I mean, it's handmade, so it can't be expected to be perfect. You only get perfect when you get mass produced. So anytime it's homemade, it's gonna have a few little errors because I'm not perfect. But it's nice. Needless to say, I still do. I feel like I still do a good job, and I still feel like this is coming along really nicely. But it's coming along nicely, and I'm just down to this one sleeve. And I wrote down, because I did some things different with this sleeve than I have been doing. So I made notes in my phone of what I did each row and what have you, because I want to duplicate it on this side. So just a tip, if you do decide to make the granny square pullover sweater, whatever you do on one sleeve or one square, make sure you make yourself some notes. If you're going outside of the pattern, or if you're going, if you're doing unique things, make sure that whatever you do on one sleeve, that you make notes for yourself and do on the other sleeve. That way you'll have a uniformity on both sleeves, and you won't feel weird when you're wearing it that one sleeve doesn't look like the other sleeve, and then you feel like you've wasted your time and you're wearing something that you're not proud of. At least if you make notes, then you can, refer back to your notes as you're doing the next sleeve and say, okay, this is what I did for this row, and this is what I did for that row. And you can, get the same look on both sides. So that would be my recommendation. Because of course this I did, because this is a completely different textured yarn than the Karen Ogo that I've been dealing with. And so I had to do things differently than I did with that yarn, because it acts differently. So so I did things, a bit different. Like with this one, I did, when I attached the yarn, I did one row where I chained in between the clusters, okay, and then I went the rest of the way without chaining in between the clusters, so that my sleeve wouldn't be so balloony. Okay. And it worked out that way, where the sleeve wouldn't, it was still a big sleeve because it's a big sweater, but it wasn't like too, really large, to where it was out of proportion with the sweater. So by, removing that chain in between the clusters, I, kept it from being out of proportion with the sweater. Whereas with this one, because I was using a not fluffy yarn and a more denser yarn, I had to, when I first attached the yarn, I did my normal, I was going to do it the way I've been doing it. And so I attached my yarn. I did one row with the chain, chain in between clusters like you normally do with a granny stitch or granny square or what have you. And then I went 2 rows where I didn't chain in between. And then I noticed that I wasn't really gaining ground. That I was like, I'm going to be here forever. I'm not going to be able to get the length with my 15 rows if I, do this. I'm going to have to go back to chaining in between if I'm going to get the length that I'm looking for. So I went back after 2 rows of skipping the chain in between. I went back to chaining in between clusters. And so I went in my phone and I made myself a note. First row I chained in between clusters. Rows 2 and 3 I didn't, and then 3 through, and I have it notated. This is why I notated in my phone, because I forget just like that. And so then I notated in my phone, rows, 4 through whatever, I chained in between, my clusters. And then when I got to this row, for the last 4 rows, I didn't, so that I could start my decreases, so that my cuff, was smaller. And so that when she goes to wear this, it hugs her elbow for that 3/4 inch sleeve, and it doesn't, if she wears it while she's having dinner, it won't get in her dinner plate. That's been my whole mindset when I make these, is that I want people to be able to wear them, comfortably in any setting, as if they're, at a family dinner and they, parked at a table and having their dinner, that they can, still wear the sweater and not have the sleeve in their dinner plate. So if it's hugging your elbow, then it's not going to be in your dinner plate. So that's was when I was forming my way of doing these sleeves. That was my motive. That was my goal, and that was what I was aiming for when I decided how to do that. And I worked at it until I accomplished that. And so when I was doing it with this yarn instead of the Ogo yarn, I had to kind of do it. I had to find a way to do it, using this yarn instead of using that yarn, because they're 2 different yarns. They act differently. The fuzzy yarn, the halo yarn, is a lot more easier to work. You can hide your mistakes better. I'll put it that way. If you make a mistake, it's easier to fix it, as far as and not have to back your stitches up and not have to frog out. If you make a mistake with this, you're probably going to have to frog it back and fix it and then go back forward. I didn't really make a whole lot. Don't get me wrong. I didn't make a lot of mistakes with this. I'm just giving you an example, so you can know going forward. Goodness. But basically, this ended up being 16 rows instead of 15. And then I did like my decrease row of single crochets, and then I did a regular row of single crochets in the amethyst color, and then I went with my cream color and did a row of single crochets, and then went back with my half double crochets to do with my cream color. And that's what I did here. So, but if you decide to attempt this, you'll just have to figure out the formula that you're looking for to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You may not want it to look like I want it to look. I wouldn't call myself a designer, but I had a goal in mind of what I wanted these sweaters to look like, and that was unique to my specs and something that, you know, this is a Tap Mama sweater. You know, this is not a Cinnamon Stitches sweater. This is not someone else's sweater. This is made by me. This is the way I make them. So this is not the way anyone else makes them. Is it a common pattern? Is it a pattern that anyone could make? Yes, but I make them in my own unique way, and that's unique to me. So you know that, and whoever goes behind me can either, if you listen to my notes enough, you could probably figure out how to make it like I make it, if you know, experienced enough. But I'm not going to spell it out every little single step I do, because I still want it to remain unique. But anyway, that's enough about that. So this is the amethyst yarn that I got. I got 4 of these today. Now this solid colored yarn, it comes with more yardage than their striped yarn and other yarn. But I love this yarn, and I'm quickly becoming a big fan of this yarn because it's really nice. But it is a 7-ounce skein, 199 grams, 355 yards, 325 meters. Of course, it is 100% acrylic. They do recommend a 5mm knitting needle, 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now I use a 6mm. It works just fine. Of course, this is machine washable and dryable without a problem. And it's a 4-weight yarn. Now this is regularly priced $4.99. This was $3 something with the 30% off. I don't know what I did with the receipt. He probably put it in this bag. But I did buy 4 of these, and I've already used, I got, let me see if I can find it. With all that I have done on this sweater, I still have this much left. If that tells you anything, this yarn goes far. So I still have this left out of my first ball. And I'm very pleased with that, because I have other sweaters that will probably, or, you know, things that I want to make with this yarn. And this is something they carry all the time, so it's not like I can't go back and get more. And I also got 2 other kinds of yarn. I have to count up how many I got of this one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 of this one and 3 of this one. Okay. Now, when I was making Miss Penny's shawl, and I don't know how many of y'all seen that, but here recently I made a thank you shawl for Miss Penny over at Penley Ann Creations, and I used 2 different types of yarn. I used this pearl spun low peel fiber, and then I used another, I love this yarn print. It was, I don't have, actually, this is what happens when you don't clean your room. You have stuff laying around that you still have. And I used this one, I love this yarn print, and this color is called Birchwood Cottage. So I used this one, and this pearl spun in a color called Redwood, which is a gorgeous rich brown. And I never thought I'd say that about the color brown, but it is a really gorgeous brown. But today I decided that because I really enjoyed the softness of this yarn, and I was just standing there because I knew it was 30% off. I knew I wanted more yarn. Can you see all this yarn behind me? I didn't need more yarn. I wanted more yarn. But these are my 2 favorite colors. So this is not called teal. This is called jade. But it looks turquoise. It's a shade of turquoise to me. But I enjoyed working with this so much. And that other yarn, I mean, I have plenty of that other yarn. I didn't have any of this yarn. Because I you know, I only bought what I bought before to work that one project. I didn't buy any other colors. I didn't buy any more than I needed for that project. So, but this yarn is 100% acrylic, and it's 100% low peel acrylic. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 150 yards, 137 meters. It is machine washable and dryable. It's a 4-weight yarn. It says it recommends 5mm knitting needles, 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now I did use a 6mm on this too. This colorway is called Malayan garnet, but it's red. I got 5 of this one. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but I really like it a lot. So it's really nice. I wouldn't say it has a sheen, but it has a nice look to it. I really like the look of it. I really like the squishiness of it. It's garment quality. Most definitely garment quality. And then this color, of course, the same specs, and then they're calling this one Jade. And so, yeah, it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. I think most of those low peel or anti-peeling yarns do have shine to them because I think they're coated with something. But this is what it looks like. This is called Pearl Spun. But they had other colors, but these are the 2 that attracted me. I only got 3 of this one, but I got 5 of this one. I don't know what I'll make with them yet. I may combine these with something else. Hold on a minute. I have to move something around. I don't know if that'll work with that. Probably not. Because see, when the light hits this, you see when I'm looking at it, I don't see the reflective stuff. But when I hold it in the camera, all that reflective stuff shows up. This is the Line brand that I showed y'all last night. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I was thinking maybe, when I was looking at it, I was thinking maybe, I don't know. I have to think about it. But definitely, I'll probably just have to hold on to this and then just start collecting it, because they only put so much on the shelf. And so I'll probably just have to go back a little bit at a time until I have enough for a big project. Because since there's only, 150 yards in each skein, I don't know how much I'm going to need for a blouse, but I think I want a red blouse out of this. I do. Because, why not? But I'll have to add it up and see if it's enough to make something, But I think I'm going to have more at some point. But I'll just have to wait until I can afford more. That'll be, I don't know, next month sometime, maybe if I'm lucky. But I'll catch it on a week that it's on sale. Normally this is $3.99 a skein, but of course it was 30% off, so it was $2 something. But $3.99 a skein is really not bad for low peel yarn, and I really like it a lot. But I'm gonna get more of this for a bigger for a blouse in these colors, because my favorite colors. But I love this red. I really do. This is such a deep, rich red. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. It's gorgeous. Yes, I'm petting my yarn. I'm a weirdo. I'm a yarn weirdo, and I'm not scared about it. But yeah, y'all knew I was gonna buy more than the purple yarn, right? Y'all knew that, right? But yeah. So that's the kind of day I've had. It was kind of a really good day. Got some happy mail, went yarn shopping and got a little bit of a yarn haul, and found my purple, and got a lot accomplished on that sweater, down to 1 sleeve. So I'll be done with that by tomorrow, so it can go in the mail Monday. We don't have post offices really open on the weekend, so I'll have it done by the end of tomorrow, and then I can wash it. I'll wash it in the blue raspberry one together, and then I'll get it ready to go to its home, and then I'll get the other half of that, and then on the 3rd, the lady will pay me for the blue raspberry one, and I'll have that. So, and I think there was an email about another sweater that someone was interested in getting made out of another sweet roll. I don't know. I think I need a break from sweaters for at least a week. At least I wouldn't mind making another one out of this yarn, because that didn't work me as hard as the sweet rolls have. So I didn't realize the sweet rolls would work me so hard, but it has kind of put a lot of strain on my arm. I don't know why, because it's a soft yarn, but it's for some reason it's just a more denser, thicker yarn. It just maybe because I was just trying to go too fast. Eva started to call me Speedy, so but I just wanted to get it done because she'd made a deposit. I don't normally take deposits on sweaters. I just wait till I'm done and let someone pay me all at once. You know, but I really want to make this one next. That's one I want to make next. This one right here, because this is sort of LSU. If this was more purple, if this was like a darker purple, then this would be LSU, Louisiana State University colors. It would, if this was darker. But yeah, but this is the magenta mandarin, so this is not quite dark enough to be, you know, the LSU colors. But yeah, magenta mandarin, that's the one I want to do next. So I don't know, because it reminds me a little bit of LSU colors, a little bit. I used to watch LSU. I used to watch college football when we had regular TV. I used to watch college football. I'm not too much into NFL football, but I liked college football because to me, the college players still do it for the love of the game, and the NFL do it for the money. So you know, to me, it's you know, once they get to the pro level, it's not so much about the love of the game as much as it is about the dollars, the money. So at least in the college, it's about the scholarship and it's about the love of the game. So you know, different motivations, and I think that's what you know, the reason why I liked the college football over the NFL. And of course, being from Louisiana, I really like LSU, so the LSU Tigers. And I mean, you know, I'd still root for the Saints too because I'm from Louisiana, but not so much into NFL. Anyhow, but hopefully this is a good video. I got, you know, Happy Mail, yarn haul, almost finished project. Almost. And then I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do next. I don't know, maybe I'll make myself something. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll tackle that spring fling t-shirt of Cinnamon Stitches next. Who knows? I don't know. I need to recover my shoulder though. After this, I finish this sweater, I gotta recover my shoulder a little bit. I've been going pretty hard with these back-to-back sweaters, and I can overdo my shoulder. I did a while back, and then thought I'd torn something. Earlier this year, I thought I'd torn something in my shoulder, and I hadn't. I just overworked it. So I need not do that. I know I'm trying to earn some money and everything, but at the same time, I don't want to endanger my limbs by overworking them. So, but I hope y'all have a good night. It was a 35-minute video. Oh, fun. I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope y'all can get a lot of crochet done while you're listening to me. I do appreciate that y'all watch my videos while y'all crocheting, because I do the same thing with long videos of other channels that I watch. I'll crochet while I'm watching their videos. You know, I do that. I'm like, ooh, who's got a good long video? Today I was just watching Joe Bonamassa live videos that they have on YouTube. They have a whole bunch of his concerts on YouTube, concert videos. And so that's why I have an idea of what he looks like live, because he has a channel, Joe Bonamassa TV, and he has a channel, and they have a bunch of live performances on there. You know what? I'm going to link that in the description in case anybody's interested. But yeah, and I watch it constantly when I'm crocheting, because I could bebop while I'm crocheting and enjoy myself, listening to the music and watching him perform on stage in videos, even though my favorite bass player that he had passed away earlier this year. I don't remember his last name. His name was Mike, but Michael Rhodes was his bass player in most of his videos, and most of the older videos. And he passed away earlier this year. He was a bald guy, but he's a heck of a bass player. He had really great stage presence, and so I enjoyed watching him almost as much as I enjoy watching Joe. And so I like to watch the videos that he's in too. And so, you know, it's just something to listen to and watch at the same time. Get away from that. Go lay down. Sorry, dogs, like toddlers. But anyway, I was wrapping this up a minute ago, right? I'm exhausted, y'all. It's been a day. But I love y'all, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting on you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.